Oh, hello. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, season's felicitations, and wipe your feet.
My friends at the USA Radio Network have something very special for you.
We're not going to open it before Christmas.
It's the world's biggest Christmas card.
Oh, but sweetheart.
Classic Christmas Radio Theater.
God bless us, everyone.
Yes, Tiny Tim. God bless us, everyone.
Featuring some of the greatest Christmas radio shows of all time.
Attaboy, Clarence. Attaboy.
And now here's your host and my favorite elf, Wyatt Cox.
Thanks for tuning into this 2021 edition of Classic Christmas Radio Theater. Of course, some of the best known of the shows are ones that we are going to air at the beginning here. And of course, no one is better known as Scrooge, as Lionel Barrymore, in the Dickens immortal classic A Christmas Carol. And he became almost totally identified with the character, and probably his best known role in radio, a part of that, as Dr. Gillespie in the Dr. Kildare radio series and the movie series. But we're going to hear him in an episode from his 1942 radio program, Mayor of the Town. Now, you know, you have this role of Lionel Barrymore playing a mayor of a community, typical of those in other radio programs of the area, small town America at its finest. But what are you going to do when you've got Lionel Barrymore on the payroll? You're going to have him do an adaptation of A Christmas Carol. And that's what we're going to hear this hour. From 79 Christmases ago, December 24th, 1942, Lionel Barrymore, in his program Mayor of the Town, portraying Ebeneezer Scrooge in A Christmas Carol, here on Classic Christmas Radio Theater. Now on our 2021 edition of Classic Radio Theater, Lionel Barrymore, in his program Mayor of the Town, from December 24th, 1942, an adaptation of A Christmas Carol.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On this Christmas Eve, once again, Lionel Barrymore sets aside his role as mayor of the town to take you back to a Christmas Eve 100 years ago with his unforgettable portrayal of Scrooge. And now, Lionel Barrymore in Dickens' A Christmas Carol. Once upon a Christmas Eve, on a mean and shabby street in London, stood the warehouse of Scrooge and Marley. Marley was 7 years dead, but Scrooge never bothered to paint out the name. It was a waste of time, paint, and money. Oh, he was a tight-fisted hand at the grindstone, was Ebeneezer Scrooge, a squeezing, grasping, clutching, covetous old sinner. A frosty rime was on his head and on his eyebrows and on his wiry chin. And the cold within him iced his office in the dog days and didn't thaw it out 1 degree at Christmas. A fact that could be attested by Bob Cratchit, his overworked and shivering clerk.
And what do you think you're about to do with that coal scuttle, Mr. Cratchit?
Well, you see, my stove's gone out, Mr. Scrooge.
Indeed.
It was a very small fire to begin with, sir.
Tell me, Mr. Cratchit, you like working here?
Oh, yes, indeed, sir.
And you have need of the 15 bob I pay you every week?
Need? Oh, yes, indeed, sir. You see, there's my wife and Tiny Tim and Belinda and Martha and...
Well, then may I suggest you forget the fire and get back to your work?
God rest.
Unless, of course, you would prefer to keep Christmas by losing your situation.
Losing? No, sir. I'll get on with copying those letters at once, sir. I'm very sorry, Mr. Scrooge. It won't happen again, sir. I promise you.
And chase that blasted little sweep away from the door. Christmas Carol.
Yes, no wind that blew was bitterer than Ebeneezer Scrooge. No pelting rain less open to entreaty. And what did Scrooge think of Christmas? Well, on this particular Christmas Eve, his only nephew, Fred, stopped by the warehouse to see him.
Merry Christmas, Uncle. God save you.
Humbug.
Christmas, a humbug? Oh, come now. You don't mean that.
I do. Merry Christmas. What right have you to be merry? You're poor enough.
Very well, then. What right have you to be dismal? You're rich enough.
Humbug.
Oh, don't be cross, Uncle.
What else can I be when I live in such a world of fools as this? Merry Christmas. Out upon Merry Christmas. What's Christmas time to you but a time for paying bills without money? Time for finding yourself a year older and not an hour richer. A time for balancing your books and having every item in them through a round dozen of months presented against you.
Uncle.
Yeah. If I had my way, every idiot who goes about with Merry Christmas on his lips would be boiled with his own pudding and buried with a stake of holly through his heart.
Uncle.
Nephew, keep Christmas in your own way and let me keep it in mine.
But you don't keep it.
Well, let me leave it alone, then. Much good may it do you. Much good it ever has done you.
Oh, I've derived good from many things by which I haven't profited. And Christmas is one of them.
Yeah.
I've always thought of Christmas as a good time. A kind, forgiving, charitable, pleasant time. The only time in the long calendar of the year when people open their shut-up hearts and think of their fellow men.
Humbug.
And therefore, although it has never put a scrap of gold or silver in my pocket, I believe that it has done me good and will do me good. And I say, God bless it.
You're a very powerful speaker, sir. I wonder you don't go into Parliament.
Oh, don't be angry, Uncle. Come and dine with us tomorrow.
Good afternoon, nephew.
But why won't you?
Good afternoon.
Well, I'm sorry to find you so resolute. But Merry Christmas, Uncle.
Good afternoon.
And a Happy New Year.
Good afternoon.
No, Scrooge didn't believe for a moment that Christmas was a kind and charitable time. He proved it that very same afternoon when two gentlemen stopped at his warehouse to collect his Christmas donation to the poor.
At this festive season of the year, Mr. Scrooge, it is more than usually desirable that we should make some slight provision for the poor and destitute.
Indeed. Tell me, are there no prisons?
Oh, plenty of prisons.
And the workhouses, are they still in operation?
They are, although I wish I could say they were not.
The treadmill and the poor law, are they still in full vigor?
Both very busy, sir.
Very well, then. What do you want of me?
A few of us are endeavoring to raise a fund to buy the poor some meat and drink and means of warmth.
Now, what shall we put you down for?
Nothing.
Oh, you wish to be anonymous.
I wish to be left alone.
Mr. Scrooge.
I don't make myself merry at Christmas, and I can't afford to make a lot of idle people merry. I help support the prisons and the workhouses. They cost enough, heaven knows. And those who are badly off, they can go there.
But many can't go there, and many would rather die than go there.
Oh, if they'd rather die, they'd better go and do it. And decrease the surplus population. Besides, I find it quite enough for a man to mind his own business and not interfere with other people's. Mine occupies me constantly. Good afternoon, gentlemen. Good afternoon.
It was cold and dark when Scrooge left the ancient warehouse. The fog was so thick that he had some difficulty in locating the lowering pile of building where he had a gloomy suite of rooms. Since Marley's death, no one lived there but Scrooge. Then, as he put his key in the lock of the door, a strange thing happened.
That door knocker. I could have sworn it was Marley's face. Oh, humbug.
Scrooge entered, then locked and double-locked the door behind him. He wasn't a man to be frightened by a door knocker.
Humbug.
He lit his candle and started up the stairs, his footsteps echoing through the quiet house.
What's that? Who's there?
What was that noise deep down below in the cellar, as if somebody were dragging a heavy chain?
Ebeneezer. What's that?
The sound grew louder on the cellar stairs, rose higher in the empty halls below, and then clanged and clattered on the stairs behind Scrooge as he fled.
That's humbug. Don't believe it.
Then, as though a part of the fog outside, the ghost of Jacob Marley passed through the closed and locked door.
Ebeneezer.
Who are you?
In life, I was your partner, Jacob Marley.
What do you want?
Much. Oh, much, Ebeneezer.
Be gone. I don't believe in you.
Why do you doubt your senses?
Oh, because a little thing affects him. A very slight disorder of the stomach makes him cheats. Or you may be an undigested bit of beef, or a blot of mustard, a crumb of cheese, or a fragment of underdone potato. There's more gravy than grave about you. Oh, please don't do that. Don't do that. I beg of you.
Oh, man of worldly mind, do you believe in me or not?
I do. It'll make you any happier, Jacob. I do. But why do spirits walk here? Why do you come to me?
It is required of every man that the spirit within him should walk abroad among his fellow men.
Yes, Jacob, yes.
And if that spirit goes not forth in life, it is condemned to do so after death.
But why must you wear that heavy chain? That chain of cash boxes and keys and padlocks and ledgers and deeds and swollen purses.
It is the one I forged in life. I made it link by link and yard by yard.
But why should you be so accursed? You were always a good man of business, Jacob.
Business? Mankind was my business. The common welfare was my business. Charity, mercy, forbearance were all my business.
Jacob.
Hear me.
I will now. I will.
You may still have a chance and hope of escaping my fate.
Thank you, Jacob. Thank you.
You will be haunted by 3 spirits.
3, Jacob?
Receive them. And for your own sake, remember what has passed between us.
Jacob, wait. Now, don't leave me, Jacob, please.
Look to see me no more. Farewell, Ebeneezer.
Jacob, wait. Jacob.
Ebeneezer Scrooge.
Huh? Oh, who are you?
I am the ghost of Christmas past. Rise and walk with me.
Walk? In my slippers? Dressing gown and nightcap?
Come, we will leave by the window.
Oh, no. That's all very well for spirits, but I'm only a mortal and liable to fall.
Bear but a touch of my hand thus on your heart, and you shall be upheld in more than this. Come, Ebeneezer Scrooge. Look just below us, Ebeneezer Scrooge. The city and the years have been left behind. Do you know this place?
Well, yes, of course I know it, Spirit. I was a boy here. See? There's my old school with the cupola and the bell hanging in it.
An ugly, lifeless place. It looks quite deserted.
It was Christmas Day. All the boys had gone home for the holiday.
All?
Who is that lonely child left behind and chided for his tears by the schoolmaster?
I was that child, Spirit.
Come now, Master Ebeneezer. No tears, if you please. There's nothing more degrading than self-pity. Besides, Christmas isn't all important.
A very wise man, the schoolmaster. Don't you agree, Ebeneezer?
Oh, of course I don't agree. Why, Christmas is very important to a child of that age, Spirit. Poor boy, I wish... Oh, well, it's too late now.
What is it?
Oh, nothing much. There was a boy singing a Christmas carol outside my warehouse. I wish I'd given him something, that's all.
Yes? Come, let's see another Christmas. Now we are in the city, and that lonely boy is older. Do you know this warehouse, Ebeneezer?
Know it? Of course I know it. I was apprenticed here.
Were you happy?
Oh, yes. I was very happy, Spirit, very happy. My employer was a kind man, and... Well, why, bless his heart, there he is. It's old Fezziwig alive again.
No more work tonight. Christmas evening, Christmas, Ebeneezer. We're having a party tonight.
A party, Mr. Fezziwig?
Oh, who's invited?
The butcher, the baker, the milkman, the cook. Oh, here's the fiddler already. Clear away, lads, clear away. Come, Master Fiddler, unlimber your fingers and give us something for dancing with plenty of life in it. Christmas Eve, you know, the best time of the year. God bless it.
A very simple and foolish man, old Fezziwig, with no head at all for business, Ebeneezer Scrooge.
Nonsense, Spirit. Why, he was one of the greatest men alive.
Indeed?
I only wish...
Yes?
Oh, nothing. I was just thinking of my own clerk, Bob Cratchit, that's all.
Strange. But my time grows short, and there is one more place we must visit. Come. Look about you, Ebeneezer Scrooge. That man and woman so busy wrapping up Christmas gifts for children. Do you know them?
I know the woman, yes. We were to have been married. But she felt we weren't suited to each other.
Didn't she release you from your promise because another idol had displaced her? A golden idol?
Yes, she said something like that. Yes.
Great pity. Listen, they speak.
There, darling, I think that'll do if you'll tie the ribbon. Oh, by the way, I saw an old friend of yours this afternoon, although he didn't see me.
Who was it?
Can't you guess?
Was it Mr. Scrooge?
Mr. Scrooge it was. I passed his office window and I could see him inside.
Poor Ebeneezer.
His partner lies at the point of death, I hear. And there Scrooge sat alone, quite alone in the whole world, I do believe.
He's a very rich man, but he has so little. No friends, no children, no one to love him at Christmas time. He must be so unhappy. And I feel very sorry for him.
Spirit, remove me from this place.
Not yet. Oh, not yet, Ebeneezer Scrooge. You have seen the past. Now prepare yourself to meet the spirit of Christmas present.
Spirit, where are you? Don't leave me alone.
Be not afraid, Ebeneezer Scrooge. Behold in me the spirit of Christmas present.
The place is strange. Where are we?
There below us lies Camden Town.
Oh, Camden Town. Ah, that's where my clerk, Bob Cratchit, lives.
Yes, it is he we visit. See,
There below us is the street and house we seek. Not a pretty setting, is it?
Well, no. It isn't exactly palatial. But it probably serves its purpose. After all, he's only a clerk, you know.
Ah, yes. And with so many mouths to feed, it's doubtless the best he can afford. Come, we will go in.
Oh, the gravy, good heavens, I nearly forgot the gravy. Here, Belinda, you watch the applesauce.
Yes, Mother.
Martha, you dust off the hot plate.
I will.
And Joseph and Thomas can start setting the chairs at the table.
Yes, Mother.
Yes, Mother.
I don't see what's keeping your father and Tiny Tim.
Well, perhaps the church service was extra long.
10 minutes more and the goose will fall apart. And the pudding will be overdone.
Oh, no.
Here they come now. They're just turning the corner.
Tiny Tim's riding on Father's shoulder. Oh, thank heavens. Open the door, Father, Belinda.
Yes, Mother. Get in, Strawberry.
Oh, Buzz, now, this is a wild horse with a black mane. He gallops and prances and runs like the wind.
Hi-ho. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Hi-ho, down you come. There.
From 79 Christmases ago, Christmas Eve 1942, A Christmas Carol starring Lionel Barrymore, part of his Mayor of the Town series on Classic Christmas Radio Theater.
Here's a great thing to consider doing right now before the end of the year. Call Medishare and find out just how much you would save by switching to Medishare, the affordable alternative to health insurance. When you call, you'll get some good news and probably be very happily surprised, too. The typical family saves $500 a month, but you might save even more. It's so worth it to at least find out. And you'll see why more than 400,000 people are already members. Medishare is a Christian community that's shared more than $4 billion in each other's healthcare costs. It really is remarkable, and they're very easy to talk to. And here's the thing. If you join before the end of the year, they'll waive your new member fee. That's another $170 you'll save. I'll give you the number here in a second. The call, and you'll get a price within 2 minutes. And again, the deadline is December 31st, so call now. You'll save even more. Call 833-34-BIBLE. That's 833-34-BIBLE. 833-34-BIBLE.
So here's the choice. Some people say the USA is finished. It's evil, a has-been, full of hate and injustice. The U.S. Constitution should be trashed and the Bill of Rights abolished. No free speech, no gun ownership. Competition and free markets are bad. We're all too stupid. For our own good, the government must own everything and know all your secrets.
Other people say that America has created the freest, richest, happiest, most generous society that has ever existed in the world. That's why millions of people are desperate to come here and escape their brutal lives in Cuba, Venezuela, North Korea, and 100 other countries.
In America, we have the right to succeed, the right to our own living, the right to have a family, the right to believe in God, the right to have our own ideas, the right to be safe and secure, and the right to be left alone.
Where do you stand? Help us save the Constitution and restore the American dream. Go to SaveMyFreedom.com.
Brought to you by the American Media Council.
Thanks for joining us on our 2021 Classic Christmas Radio Theater program. We are listening to Lionel Barrymore as Ebeneezer Scrooge in an episode of Mayor of the Town, reenacting A Christmas Carol from 79 years ago, December 24th, 1942. And, of course, the World War II, big on the headlines of the newspapers. Nazis in Stalingrad trapped. Red General at Battlefront says Soviet army pushes into the Ukraine. Allies close in on the Axis in Africa. A veteran of the war in South Pacific praising the work of the Flying Fortresses. Japanese defenses crumble in New Guinea. And to be broadcast around the world by shortwave. Lee Carson writing for the International News Service on 6 o'clock Christmas Eve. The roar of battle and snarl of dictators will be challenged by the voice of goodwill and the spirit of free men. For 24 hours, America will broadcast to friend, foe, and fighting man throughout the world the sounds millions have hungered for, others almost forgotten. The symphony of melody and merriment, prayer and pageantry, that is Christmas. That's some of what was reported in the newspapers on Christmas Eve. which was a Thursday, December 24th, 1942. And we will hear in just a moment, Mayor of the Town, an adaptation of A Christmas Carol starring Lionel Barrymore in his most famous role as Ebeneezer Scrooge. That'll be coming up next here on Classic Christmas Radio Theater on your favorite station. Now on Classic Christmas Radio Theater, the conclusion of A Christmas Carol starring Lionel Barrymore, Christmas Eve 1942, 79 years ago today, as a part of his Mayor of the Town program.
Joseph, Thomas, take him off and get those hands clean for dinner.
Come on, Tiny Tim. Just wait till you see what's in the oven. There never was such a bird.
Now, don't waste any time. Everything's ready. How did he behave in church, Bob?
Oh, as good as gold and better. You know, somehow he gets thoughtful sitting by himself so much. Thinks of the strangest things you ever heard.
I know.
He told me coming home that he hoped that people saw him in church because he was a cripple. And it might be pleasant for them to remember upon Christmas Day who made lame beggars walk and blind men see.
Poor boy. Poor boy.
Why are there tears in your eyes, Ebeneezer Scrooge?
Well, Cratchit never told me the boy was lame.
He has worn that iron brace and carried that little crutch ever since he can remember. Quiet. They gather at the table.
A toast. A toast to the founder of the feast. I give you Mr. Scrooge.
The founder of the feast, indeed. I wish I had him here. I'd give him a piece of my mind to feast upon.
My dear, Christmas Day.
Well, I'll drink his health for your sake and the day's, not for his.
And a Merry Christmas to us all, my dears. God bless us.
God bless us.
And what do you say, Tiny Tim?
God bless us, everyone.
Come, Ebeneezer Scrooge. My time is up. You must go to meet the third and last spirit.
Wait, spirit. Please, wait. And tell me this before you leave me.
Yes?
Tell me, will Tiny Tim live?
I see a vacant seat and a crutch without the owner.
Oh, now, don't say that.
If these shadows remain unaltered by the future, the child must die.
Oh, Spirit, no.
Will it not be better if he does? As you once said, it will decrease the surplus population.
Spirit.
Farewell, Ebeneezer. The ghost of Christmas yet to come awaits you.
Where am I? What place is this? So dark and cold and thick with fog? And who are you, dark phantom with the hidden face? I fear you more than any of the others. Are you the ghost of Christmas yet to come? But this is a burial ground, neglected and overgrown with grass and weeds, the resting place of those forgotten and unloved. Why do you point to that stone? What name is written there that I must read? The letters are too dim and fog's too heavy. Tell me, Spirit, who rests in this lonely, untended earth?
You are that man, Ebeneezer Scrooge.
No, Spirit, no.
You are that man.
Spirit, hear me. I'm not the man I was. I'll not be the man I must have been but for this night. I will honor Christmas in my heart and try to keep it all the year. Hear me, Spirit. Hear me and tell me I may sponge away the writing on that terrible stone. Spirit, hear me. Spirit. But you're not a spirit at all. You're my own bedpost. And there isn't any graveyard. This is my own room. And there's the door where I saw Molly's ghost. And there's the window where the first bit... Why, it's broad daylight. No fog, no mist. It's a beautiful, sunny, glorious day. And people on the street all dressed in their best. And church bells, too. Must be Sunday. Oh, boy. Boy, you down there?
Yes, sir?
What day's today, my fine fella?
What day? Why, this is Christmas Day, of course.
Christmas Day! Christmas Day! Then I haven't missed it. The spirits have done it all in one night. Say, hello down there.
Yes, sir?
Did you know the poultry shop at the corner?
I should hope so, sir.
An intelligent boy. A remarkable boy. So tell me, do you know if they sold the prize turkey?
The little one?
No. The great big prize turkey.
Oh, it's hanging there right now.
Go and tell him to bring it here. Yes, sir? Come back with a man and I'll give you a shilling. Come back in less than 5 minutes, you'll get half a crown.
Yes, sir.
Look at him run. I'll send it off to Bob Cratchit. And he shan't know who sent it. What a joke it'll be. Why, it's twice the size of Tiny Tim. Now, let me see. I'd better get dressed. I've so much to do, and it's going to be a busy day. Yes, sir, very busy day.
And it was a busy day. Ebeneezer Scrooge was out observing Merry Christmas in the merriest way. And he looked so delighted that people just couldn't resist speaking to him.
Merry Christmas, Mr. Scrooge.
Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas.
Yes, and he stopped to pat children on the head.
Hello, son. Merry Christmas, my dear.
And gave shillings to beggars.
God bless you, Mr. Scrooge.
And he even went calling on his nephew. And his nephew's wife kissed him. Oh, he had a wonderful time and a wonderful Christmas. The morning after Christmas, he was early at the office. Scrooge wanted to be there first, and he wanted to catch Bob Cratchit coming in late.
Well, Mr. Cratchit, so you finally got here, did you? Look at that clock. What do you mean by coming here this time of day?
Why, I'm very sorry, Mr. Scrooge. It won't happen again, sir.
Indeed it shan't. Indeed it shan't. Step over here to my desk, if you please.
It's only once a year, sir.
A poor sort of excuse, Mr. Cratchit. And I'm not going to stand for this sort of thing any longer. And therefore, I'm about to raise your salary.
What was that, sir?
A Merry Christmas, Bob. A Merry Christmas than I've given you for many a year. I'll raise your salary and endeavor to assist your struggling family. Now make up both fires and buy a larger coal scuttle before you dot another I, Bob Cratchit.
And Scrooge was even better than his word. He did it all and infinitely more. And to Tiny Tim, who did not die, he was a second father. He became as good a friend and as good a man as the good old city ever knew, or any other good old city, town, or borough in the good old world. And it was always said of him that he knew how to keep Christmas well, if any man alive possessed the knowledge. May that be truly said of us, and all of us.
And so, as Tiny Tim observed, God bless us, everyone.
From 79 Christmases ago, December 24th, 1942, Lionel Barrymore as Ebeneezer Scrooge in an adaptation of A Christmas Carol for his Mayor of the Town program. Now, let's head to Wistful Vista, 79 to be precise, and we check in with Fibber McGee and Molly from 66 Christmases ago, December 12th, 1955.
Boy, the Bonton's really jumping today, kiddo.
Every day these days. Let's get over here out of the crowd a minute and let me check my shopping list.
Okay. Who we got presents bought for so far? Who for?
Well, that's what I'm checking. Let me see. I got a doll for Teeny Saturday. She's taken care of. Aunt Sarah, Mabel Toops. I bought her some dresser scarves.
Hey, what about Mort Toops? And hey, how about Doc Gamble? You got anything for Doc yet?
That's your department.
Gee, I don't know what to give him, Molly.
Well, come on, let's look around the store. Maybe you'll get some ideas. There's lots of nice things.
Attention, please. Your attention, please. Will the lady who reported her dress, slips, stockings, and girdles stolen kindly come to the lost and found department?
Holy smoke, how can she go anywhere?
All 4 packages have been found, madam.
Oh, boy. For a minute, I thought the poor woman was... Molly, hey, Molly, where are you?
Over here, dearie. Look at this sale on fur remnants.
Sale? On them little bitty scraps of fur? What are they good for? Is that like if your cat walks into an electric fan and you want to sew a few patches on him, or what?
Oh, of course not, silly. They're to trim things with, sweaters or coats or things like that.
Hey, wonder if that'd make a nice gift for Doc Gamble. Something different. Nice round piece of mink to cover that bald spot of his. He might look kind of cute at that. He could advertise himself as the only mink-trimmed doctor in town. Probably raise his prices to $10 a call. He came in wearing a mink skull rug.
How about a nice shirt for the doctor? Maybe something for his office, like an ashtray or a desk set?
I don't know. Wish I knew how much he was going to spend on our presents this year, because I don't want to get stabbed like I did...
Attention, please. Will a maintenance man kindly come to the space helmet counter immediately? The space helmet counter immediately. The demonstrator has his head stuck again.
Boy, that must be kind of embarrassing, getting your head stuck while you're showing the kids how to... Hey, speak of the devil, look. Ain't that Doc Gamble over there?
Where?
Down that way, at the necktie counter. Don't holler at him, don't holler. I got an idea.
What?
Come on, down this way. Don't let him see us. Hurry.
What are you up to now?
You'll see. You remember what happened last Christmas? I spent $7 on that genuine cashmere-type sweater I bought old Fatso, and what did he spend on me?
Oh, I don't know. I don't check prices on things people give us for Christmas. My goodness.
Well, I do. $5.95 that sports shirt cost that he gave me, and I spent $7 on him.
Oh.
Plus tax. I'm going to see if I can't get it evened up this year. Right now. Hey, Bud, can you wait on me?
I don't know what you have in mind, but I'm against it.
Keep your eye on Doc now, around the corner there. But if he looks over here, pretend we don't see him.
Oh, happy to serve you, sir. We have some very handsome things here.
Let me look at some of them handsome, genuine leather briefcases there, Bud. I want an expensive Christmas present for a doctor friend of mine. Very dear doctor friend.
Oh.
Yes, sir. Let me lay a few of them out here and show you what fine.
Is he looking, Molly? Watch out of the corner of your eyes. Doc looking over here?
I can't tell. He glanced up once, but I don't know whether...
Yeah, these are excellent quality, sir. Made of genuine California saddle leather.
Well, we don't want anything made out of old saddles, Bud. We want fresh leather. This doctor friend of mine is my very best friend. Nothing's too expensive for our dear doctor friend. Did he hear me, Molly? Did Doc...
Oh, McGee. Everybody on the whole first floor heard you.
I do have some more expensive briefcases, if you'd rather.
$20, you say? Well, I want the best, Bud, because our doctor friend deserves the finest Christmas gift.
McGee, you can turn the volume down now. I'm sure he got the message.
Yeah, what's he doing? Where is he? What's he doing?
He laid down the neckties he was looking at, shook his head at the clerk, and now he's walking toward the escalator.
Good.
Shall I gift wrap one of these, sir, or do you wish to see something in alligator or possibly...
Oh, no. We got to run now, Bud. We'll think it over. We'll let you know.
Ugh, one of those again. Should have known from that big loud mouth of his.
Well, come on, keep your eye on Doc, Molly. Let's see where he goes.
This is the sneakiest...
Because whatever he spends on us this year, I'll spend a few bucks less on him, and that way... Doggone it, Molly, if you hadn't stopped to yak with Mabel Toops, we wouldn't have lost Doc. You see him anyplace on this floor?
No, I don't, and I think this is the silliest thing we ever...
Oh.
Attention, all customers. The complaint department is closed today on account of sickness. The clerk is sick of listening to complaints.
We looked on the second floor and the third floor, and hey, is that him over there with his back to us in that black overcoat? Oh, no. That looked like Doc's shape for a minute.
No, that man has a lady with him anyway. Oh, will you look at the mink coat on her, McGee?
Yeah, boy. That guy's no slouch either.
My, you can certainly tell class, can't you?
Oh, sure.
That mink coat. Shh, listen.
Rather a nice store, my dear, wouldn't you say? In a middle-class way, of course.
Not bad.
Hardly what we're used to in the New York shops, of course, but for a town this size, provincial, you know.
Boy, are they rich. Listen to that accent.
So refined.
Boy, did you ever hear
Attention, please. Calling all shoplifters. Calling all shoplifters. Put it back. We saw you. Put it back.
Oh, drat, Penelope. They've seen us again.
Oh, very well, Charles. Put back their crummy merchandise.
I shall put it right here. Let them sort it out, eh?
He's not as big as Doc Gamble at that. Just his overcoat that's big.
Heavenly days, will you look at the stuff?
Drape the mink coat on the chair there, my dear. Let us be gone before the shop.
Well, it just goes to show, doesn't it? You can't always tell about
Hey, there he is. There he is. Doc is. Down there at the silver counter.
Silver? I wonder what... Oh, McGee. He's looking at a cigarette box, a silver one.
Shh, don't let him hear you now. Don't let him see you. Wow, a silver cigarette box. That hint of mine must have soaked in. Is he buying it? Can you tell? Is he buying it?
Looks like it. Wow. He just signed the charge slip. Mm-hmm. There he goes over to the elevator.
Come on, quick. Let's get a look at it before the clerk wraps it. Let's see if he's having it sent or... Oh, pardon me, Bud. Could we see that a minute?
Oh, why, yes. This cigarette box, you mean?
Yeah.
Why, surely. I just sold one of these to that large gentleman who's getting in the elevator over there. It is lovely, isn't it?
Oh, it's just beautiful. Expensive looking, too.
No, it isn't really expensive, madam. Not really. It's only $27.50. Plus tax, of course.
Yipe. $27.50.
Oh, dear.
That comes to around, $31 with the taxes, sir. That includes monogramming, naturally.
Oh, naturally. Did the large gentleman you mentioned, is he having the one he bought monogrammed?
Oh, yes, madam. Yes, it makes a much nicer gift, you know. His monogram will read, let me see. I have it. FMM. It's for a couple. Some very dear friends, he tells me.
FMM.
That does it.
Yeah, well, thanks, Bud. Come on, Molly. Boy, oh, boy. Imagine us with a genuine silver cigarette box with our initials on it.
Yeah, it'll look beautiful on the coffee table, but oh, dear. Now we are in trouble, McGee.
Trouble? What you mean, trouble?
Well, we certainly can't give Dr. Gamble a shirt or some inexpensive gift like that when he walks in with a $31 silver cigarette box for us. My goodness.
I never thought about it that way.
Well, you should have. It was your bright idea to start hollering at the briefcase man about how nothing is too expensive for your dear doctor friend.
Darn him anyhow. Him and his big fat generosity. Going to cost us 3 times as much money now as we meant to spend.
Oh, it's good to get home. Been quite a day.
You said it. $22 that briefcase came to. $22, including the monogram in gold letters, GGMD, it's going to say. George Gamble, M.D.
Oh, it'll be beautiful. I don't know how we could do less after that handsome silver cigarette box that... Now, who's this? Come in.
Well, if it ain't the old myosin merchant himself. Come in, Fatso.
Hello, Dr. Gamble. How are you?
Hi, Molly, McGee. I just stepped in to tell you I won't be able to bowl tonight, McGee. I got a miserable cold.
Boy, you sure have.
My goodness, you sound terrible, Doctor.
I can't hear you, Molly.
She says you sound awful.
Cold. Settled in my ears so bad I can't hear anything.
Oh.
I went down to Bontown a while ago. The clerks had to practically shout at me.
Well, you'd better get right home to bed.
Oh, I wish I could, Molly, but I better get right home to bed.
That's what she said.
Yeah, to bed. I'd have stayed there all day, but I had to go out and buy an anniversary present for some friends of mine. Silver wedding anniversary.
Wedding anniversary?
Silver?
What'd you say?
I said, what did you get him?
Oh, I got a silver cigarette box. I had it monogrammed. Did I ever mention Frank and Mamie Martin to you kids?
Frank and Mamie Martin.
F-M-M.
Yeah, Frank and I went to school together.
Oh. He thinks he's sick, Mom. I'm going to go lie down. Macy, Marcus, Matthew.
What are you doing with the phone book?
Looking for some guy with the initials GGMD that needs a briefcase. Hey, here's a wrestler named Gorgeous Gus McDougal. I wonder if he'd give about $22.50 for a nice...
Give up.
Okay. So long, everybody.
We'll see you later. Bye.
Jim and Mary and Jordan as Fibber McGee and Molly. Arthur Q. Bryan as Doc Gamble. Classic Christmas Radio Theater, a special presentation of your favorite station. More information at classicradio.stream. I'm Wyatt Cox. Thanks for listening. And many of these stations, we have another hour. If you're with us, we look forward to the pleasure of your company. If not, please accept our warmest wishes for a Merry Christmas and a happy and prosperous 2022.